Jennifer and welcome back. So today I have an Ulta haul to share with you guys. I don't do makeup hauls very often because I like to buy things sort of one at a time. I like to pick my retailer, pick what I need. I never do like a huge haul because I have so many things already, but I've been hoarding my points for quite some time, and so I traded in a bunch of points to get stuff, and I'm gonna swatch things for you, show things. I've not used any of these. I'm just like taking everything out of the packaging now. So without further ado, let's get started. So the most exciting part of my haul, in my opinion, are the eyeshadows. I absolutely love eyeshadows, so I'm going to start with those first. So the very first eyeshadow palette I picked up is this Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at all these colors. Okay, I lied. I did dip into this one just one time. I got too excited. Anyway, these colors, the one time I've used it, was actually very pigmented, and I really liked the way that they showed up on my skin. So I'm going to swatch like some mattes and a shimmer for you, and I am literally just dipping my finger in here. I'm not rubbing it too hard or anything like I usually do. And here are kind of the first swatches of the Born to Run palette. So just one swipe, not too hard. My hands are actually really dry, no primer on or anything. And I really dig these colors. They're very pigmented. They're not very patchy when you put them on either, which is a bonus. The one time I used it, I've loved it, so I hope that I continue to love it. My issue with Urban Decay palettes is, for some reason, all the ones that I've owned so far, after a while, they kind of get that like tough film on top where it's like, people say that, you know, I got grease in the eyeshadows, but it just like only happens with the Urban Decay, so I'm not sure. I really hope this is formulated a little bit differently so it doesn't do that. The second eyeshadow palette I picked up was the Magic Mini by Juvias, and this is what that palette looks like. And like all Juvia Place palettes, I think all of them, you know, she doesn't include a mirror, but they are so affordable. And I really picked this up, sorry I didn't like even remove the plastic film, so you probably couldn't see it all that well. But here are all the colors, and honestly the reason I picked this palette up was for the dark purple and the dark blue in here. I feel like I have a lot of blues, I have a lot of purples, but none of them are truly dark, like almost black, but like still a tint of that color. And so I decided to pick this palette up. It was also on sale when I changed my points for it, which was a bonus. So I'm definitely going to swatch those two colors, and then I'm also going to pick a shimmer as well. And I own so I actually own 3 other Juvia's Place palettes. I own the Saharan 2 and the Masquerade Mini. All of my eyeshadow palettes are right here. My counter is also a mess. Anyway, let me swatch these 3 colors for you. Oh my goodness, do you see these colors? They are so pigmented. So excited to use these colors. And so like I said, I have those 2, and then I also have like the original Nubian, the little green one, and that one's the only one I didn't like, if I'm gonna be honest with you. That was my first Juvia's Place palette, and I didn't pick up any others for the longest time because I was not understanding the hype. I was like, these colors are patchy, they're not very pigmented, like why do people like this brand? And then I picked up one of them when they were on sale, and it was just like a totally different formula. I did not know like what happened, but I fell in love, bought the second one, and now I have a third. So the next 2 palettes are from BH Cosmetics, and I am so excited for these. The first one is this Desert Oasis palette, and this is what the outside looks like. This is what the inside looks like. And I picked up this palette mainly because I think, who was raving about it? Nicole Renee, I think, raved about it on YouTube. I follow her. She's amazing, by the way. And I like this because I was actually missing a lot of like bronzer contour colors. Like a lot of mine, I've been just using the same ones over and over again. And so I wanted that, but I also wanted eyeshadows as well. And so as you can see, there are some like contour bronzy colors. Where's this other one? Right here. And there's a bunch of eyeshadows in here as well, which I really like, and it's just a very neutral palette. I feel like this is a palette that I'm going to bring with me when I travel, just because like you can do so much with it. There's highlighters, there's bronzer, contour, there's eyeshadows. The only thing you're really missing is blush and lips, and of course like mascara and stuff. But I'm gonna swatch some of these as well for you. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait to dig into these. BH Cosmetics is so affordable, and I've loved all of their palettes so far. I have the Zodiac and the Zodiac Love Signs palette. I think those are the only two I own right now. And now I own two more. So I'm swatching an eyeshadow, a contour, and also a highlighter for you guys. And I've been really impressed with BH Cosmetics, like I was saying. These are absolutely amazing colors. They don't go on patchy, they're pigmented. And so, you know, I feel like a lot of this haul, especially eyeshadows, was just me buying things I know I like, brands that I know I like, brands that I know will perform, because I didn't want to deal with using points to exchange for things only to have things that I like didn't like and have to bring them back and don't know how the return process works with points. So absolutely amazing colors, you guys. The last eyeshadow palette I hauled, also BH Cosmetics, like I mentioned. So excited for this palette, is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I am behind on this bandwagon, and I fully acknowledge that. Here is that palette. I do have to admit, these colors, these pans, are a little bit smaller than I anticipated, but for the price, for this many colors, I guess that makes sense, you know? For colorful palettes, I have the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments. Where is it? Right here. So I have this palette. This I've been using a lot. These colors are so pigmented. They sell these in, they don't sell them individually anymore. They sell like a whole palette, but I use this palette almost like for all my colorful looks. Otherwise, I have the Morphe James Charles palette, and so many people have been raving about this palette. I was like, I just need to jump on this one, and obviously got it for the bright colors, right? Like especially the greens. I feel like bright greens are really hard to find and really hard to formulate, so I'm definitely going to be swatching one of those. And I believe there's also highlighter colors in here, and I really like that there's like a matte black. Not a lot of palettes have those, and you sometimes just need that neutral color to balance out a colorful look. So there's that neon green I was talking about, and a purple and a highlighter shimmer, I think. Let's see. Impressed so far. Honestly, I have not tried them on the eyes because I just opened them. But the thing with really bright colors, really like even the deeper ones, when they're matte, they do tend to be a little bit chalky, and so you just have to be very patient in building them up. So I'm kind of expecting that with these, even though they swatch very beautifully. I just, when they're neon and bright and matte, you just have to give the formula a little bit of a break because they are very hard to formulate. So next I want to share concealers. If you've been to my channel, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I almost never, like 99% of the time, do not use concealer. Like for concealing purposes, I should preface that. I use concealers basically only for cut creases, for halo eyes, for like eyeshadow work. So I did use, you know, concealer to cut that out, but I never use it for like brightening my under eyes or anything because I have these little, like, I don't know if you can tell, fat pockets under here. They always crease, and concealer just makes it worse. There's just no fixing it, and so it is what it is. But I did get the Born This Way Too Faced concealer. This one's in the shade Porcelain. When I like to cut my eyes and stuff like that, I like my concealers to be really light, just so whatever I pack on afterwards will pop against my skin color. This is definitely a splurge for me. I've been eyeing this forever. I love the Born This Way foundation, but I just cannot bring myself to spend, what is it, $29 on a concealer that I know I'm only going to use for eyeshadow. But, you know, I heard that this formula is so creamy and soft that maybe I will sort of start to use it as under eye brightener. And so it looks like this, and the Porcelain shade is pretty light. So trying it on my hand, that is what it looks like. So when you compare it to my face, I mean, it's definitely light enough for me to use as a highlight, but it's also not like white, you know what I'm saying? The other concealer I got is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This one I did get solely for the reason of doing eyeshadow with, because I got it in the lightest shade, which is this white color. I think it's technically called Fair 00, which honestly it's white. I swatched it in the store just to see if this white was a different formula than the other colors. I just wanted to see how it dried down, how it felt on my hand, and it felt pretty good. So I felt like I could go for it. And what is it, like $6.50? Anyway, I had points, but it was like $6.50, so I was willing to kind of like take that chance. And so when I say it's white, it truly is white, which I'm really excited about. I feel like sometimes, especially when I'm doing lighter colors like this, when I'm using, you know, like skin colored concealer, it does kind of muddy it up a little bit. So I'm really excited for this white. I hope it works out really well. I'm just gonna have to try really hard not to like contaminate the wand. So next up, I got two bronzing contour face palettes to share. This one is from the brand Catrice, and this is their California in a Box bronzer and blush palette. And like I said, I was like kind of missing some new contour bronze colors, so I purchased this one. And it looks like, you know, about the right shades for somebody my skin tone. So if you have darker skin tone than me, this probably will not work out for you. But I'm gonna swatch these, why not? So these feel very powdery to begin with, and I like that it also comes with a highlight color. This is like your face travel palette all the way because it has your bronzers, your highlight, and your blush, which I love palettes like that. Running out of room on my arm, but here we go. So I like this blush color a lot, actually. I feel like it's a nice kind of halfway between like, what is it? It's a coral. It's a coral. It's like halfway between like an orange and a pink. And then this contour color looks like it will actually work out for me. And then the highlight, love highlights. I mean, honestly, it's pretty hard to mess up a highlight in my opinion because I don't discriminate. I like all highlights. So the next item I have to share is this Smashbox Ablaze face palette. This is what it looks like. The packaging is absolutely awesome. And okay, the plastic fell out. It's got this giant mirror in it, and then it's got, again, your bronzers, your highlights, your blushes. This is actually, I believe, a limited edition palette, which I normally don't like to buy limited edition, only because like when I'm using them and sharing looks with you guys, if it's something that you guys can't pick up, I don't know, to me it just seems kind of weird. Like sometimes I get really disappointed when I follow somebody and they use something that I feel like I would love and then it's not available. But anyway, use my points, so splurge a little bit on this one. And it looks like their bronzer, like contour color, is a little bit darker than that Catrice one that I was showing. The blushes are one shimmer, one matte, which I like as well because depending on my mood or like what I'm doing with my full face of makeup, I like it different. So here we go. We're just gonna go right here and swatch those. Okay, you guys, that highlight color blew me away. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is absolutely blinding and it's swatched amazingly. The contour actually looks, I don't know if it's going to be a little bit orange, but I think if I go light with it, it'll be fine because it is actually a little, like it's pretty dark compared to the color I have on my face right now. It's pretty dark, so if I go lighter, I think I'll be fine. Anyway, I don't actually own any Smashbox. Do I not own any Smashbox products? I don't think I do. One of my best friends swears by their like always on liquid lipsticks. I haven't gotten around to trying it, but she loves the brand, so I probably will too. Alright, no more things that need swatching. Good thing, because I've like literally run out of room. I picked up the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, kind of in like this travel size. The reason I picked this up, if you've been around on my channel, you'll also know that I never use a setting spray. I just don't feel like it makes that much of a difference. Maybe I haven't tried the right one. I have tried this one before and actually returned it. I just don't feel like it does that much for me. Like I would really rather just powder my face halfway through the day to get rid of that shine, because to me, like makeup tends to stay on my face pretty well. It's just I get oily, and so as long as I'm using a foundation that doesn't like to separate, I'm generally fine just like going over my face again with translucent setting powder. But it's summer and I'm actually getting ready for a trip to Singapore, which it's gonna be super hot. So I figured might as well pick this up in a travel size. You know, even if it makes my makeup last 1 more hour, it's gonna be worth it. Next, I picked up this Dermalogica. This is their special cleansing gel. And I got this one in a travel size as well. This is my holy grail like cleanser. It is so gentle. It is perfect for all seasons. I have combination skin and it just does wonders for it. Like it has never broken me out no matter what season it is, and it just makes me feel so clean. And I have this in like every size that they make it. I have it in the regular size, I have it in the jumbo size with the pump, and I also have this one as well. I picked up another one because last time I went on a business trip, I left it in the hotel. And I was really sad because I generally just like keep the little bottle and I just like refill it out of the jumbos and stuff that I use at home. This is an amazing, amazing face wash. I cannot rave about this thing enough. Okay, so just 3 really quick items left. This is a Freeman Mask, the Anti-Stress Dead Sea Mineral Clay Mask. I believe this was also on sale when I picked this up with my points. And I have like 3 other Freeman masks. They're just so, this was like $4 I think if you buy it. For 6 fluid ounces, this is a giant bottle. It actually also matches my makeup, yes. Anyway, I have liked all 3 of them that I have so far. I have the charcoal one, the honey one, and the apple cider vinegar one, I think. And for me, the instructions always tell you to leave it on for like too long though, I think. I think a lot of times I'm using it just as a face wash. Sometimes I'm leaving it on for 2 or 3 minutes when it calls for 10 minutes. These are very powerful masks that I feel like you do not need to leave on for that long. But I'm very excited to try this one. It had pretty good online reviews. It instantly clears pores and balances for renewed skin. And it's for all skin types, so perfect for all seasons. 2 little tools here. I picked up a nail file because I am always losing them. I like the Diamond brand that they carry because it is rough enough. Like, I don't have time to sit there with like the finer ones and like grind away at my nails. Like, I need something rough. So this one I think is like 100 on one side and 180 grit on the other. The lower the number is, the rougher it is. I just need something to just like really quickly like polish my nails and just get it done. Like, I don't have time to like, you know, smooth it out. Like, yes, are the rougher ones more damaging? Probably, but I don't know. It's never been a problem. Like, I don't break my nails while I'm filing. So they're what, $1? Super cheap, super worth it, as long as I can like stop losing them. And lastly, I have this Real Techniques cheek blush brush. Blush, I think they have a typo on their package. It says, my camera will zoom, it says blush for blush and bronzer. I feel like it should say a brush for blush and bronzer. Anyway, I don't work for them. I don't really care. I just bought this because I needed a new like blush brush. So my current blush brush is this one, and it's one from Mikasa. I think I bought this because they had like emailed me a 40% code, and the brush is nice, but like it sheds and it's kind of annoying. I still use it though. I use it all the time, every day. But look at this brush and look at how fluffy this thing is. I'm very excited to use this. I feel like this will be great for tapping color onto the apples of my cheeks. And the blush is pink, which is my favorite color, so of course I had to go for it. So I think that is it for my Ulta haul. I feel like this is probably a pretty long video, so sorry about that. Hauls always tend to run long, but I'm very excited. Like, I've been just saving my points just for a time like this where I just needed to like overhaul something, and for me that was eyeshadows, and then I just like, you know, picked up a couple things here and there. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know what other things you have been loving, because I have been hoarding my points again. And, you know, I'm going to do another big haul whenever I trade in my points again. And I like to save things in my cart for later, for like, you know, I don't need it now, but when I'm going to treat myself, I can get it. So let me know what you've been loving. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!